Hey everybody, I'm Jake, and this is 2DS from DS. And today, I'm trying not to scrape my truck on stuff, but we're going to talk a little bit about the CWNE program, because there's some big changes coming. Last week was Wi-Fi Trek in Nashville. I did not go. This year, guy on a one wheel going by. It's cool. I like one wheels. But this year I decided my time was better spent going to Ekahau Masters than it was going to Wi-Fi Trek. Had to choose. I was invited. And so I went to Ekahau Masters in Finland. But I still followed pretty closely what was going on. And some of the changes are exciting and some of them are not so exciting. So let's kind of run them down. Like, what were the big changes? Big announcement was that is nice is there's a new portal to submit your CWNE application. Now, I'm going to clarify that I do sit on the board of advisors for the CWNP. That doesn't mean I don't get to be critical. Just remember that, Tom. Yeah. So the new app is kind of nice. You can send a link to your portal to an endorser, which I like, because it always used to be like, hey, can you send me... I do endorse a fair number of CWNEs, and people I've worked with, people I know really well, who kind of exemplify, what the CWNE is about. Those are pretty... a lot of times those are pretty easy endorsements. You send them a link. It's got your send them a link in your CWNP ID number, and presto changeo, they fill out a form and you're done. It's not like you have to fill out a PDF and fill in your information and send it to them and not know whether they got it or not, whether they filled it out or not. I like it. You send it off and now it's all in a portal that's trackable, and you can see the status and those types of things, which is cool. I like that. They did announce that there is going to be an application fee of like $495, which I'm not super excited about. To be fair, I think the reasons for it are good. There's a lot of administration. I will be completely transparent. There needs to be administration of the program, and there is, and I think that that's a cost to the program. I think it also keeps somebody from saying, "Well, I'll just apply and see what happens," because there's a monetary cost. Now, why don't I like it? I feel like $495. In some parts of the world is an exuberant amount of money. And I feel like I'm very fortunate to live where I live. But if I was born in some place where cost of living is super low and pay is super low, $500 is a lot of money. A lot of money. In some parts of the world, people would kill you for $500. So to me, that's a bit of a concern that now we've introduced a financial cost, an additional financial barrier to entry into the CWNE. So I was not a huge fan. I understand why it needs to happen, but not super thrilled with it. The other piece was they had their first class for CWSA and first round of people who got certified as CWSAs. Cool, except for all of us CWNEs who now by 2023 or 2021 have to take and pass CWSA in order to renew our CWNE. I don't know that I like that. Well, I don't like having to do more work. I don't like I do a tremendous amount of continuing education. I'm pursuing my ACMX right now. And that takes a lot of time. And then I have to recert all of these things, which have continuing goals, and I have continuing education, and I go to a bunch of conferences every year. So meeting those continuing education credits is not all that difficult. But if you start putting additional, hey, you got to pass this now, hey, you got to pass this now, hey, you got to pass this now, eventually I'm going to have to start picking which ones I keep. And I think, you know, like adding difficulty to retain your certification once you've earned it is a problem. I know they're trying to drive people towards a new cert. I get that. But I'm not a huge fan of making CWSA a requirement. You know, I think those were kind of the big announcements. You know, the portal's huge. The application fee is meh. I did actually really like, I think they posted a percentage of passing of different exams, and you know, the CWAP was like in the 40s, and I like that. CWAP is a hard topic. It is super deep. And, you know, and there was somebody joking, oh, Peter McKenzie must not be that good of a teacher. No, he's teaching a tough course, and he had a large part in bringing the difficulty and expertise level back to CWAP to make the CWNE worthy of that expert title. So kudos to you, Peter McKenzie, the magician. I'm happy to see those scores, that it's not a cakewalk. That folks are passing these exams because they're well prepared and not because they're easy. And that's a clear indication that at least I can say that exam is probably worth it. Now, I haven't taken the current version. It's relatively new, but it's on my list. And in fact, taking a class from Peter McKenzie is on my list. I already have my CWAP. Why do I need to take a class from Peter McKenzie? Because Peter McKenzie is an amazing instructor. And if you ever get the chance to take a class from him, I would highly encourage you to take that opportunity. So there you go, guys. The big things from Wi-Fi Trek was new CWNE application portal, new CWNE application fee, the new CWSA exam is live, and for CWNEs in, I think it was 2021, that will be a requirement for recertification. So there you go. All in all, I like where they're going. A few things I didn't like, a few things I did like. That's okay. And you know what? I am of the opinion, everyone's got an opinion. I don't like things because it's going to force me to do work. It's probably a good thing. Right now, on top of the move and stuff, thinking about taking an exam just kind of depresses me a little bit. So I'm sure once November rolls around and things are lightening up a little bit for me in my personal life, that hopefully I'll change my mind a little bit, because it won't be about trying to deal with all the stuff in my personal life, and maybe I'll get back to some of that. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like. It helps. Hit subscribe. If you know folks who aren't subscribers, go harass them. Tell them they should subscribe. Yeah. Hope everyone's having a great fall, and I will catch you guys on the internet. Bye.